Hey, one more thing before you go. Have you ever wondered what virtual reality is and whether or not it's right for you? How about if you're of an older age group who grew up wishing we had this watching it on Star Trek? My wife didn't watch Star Trek, but I sure did. Watching it in the sci fi movies, how do you think you would act? Do you think you can have some fun? Would you want to learn? We're going to answer these questions for you and more today. This is One More Thing Before You Go over the Teacup Sunday with Michael and Diane. Hey, welcome back. We are your host for the day. I'm Michael.
And I'm Diane.
Good morning, everybody. We hope you are having a fantastic weekend. We can't wait to have a nice conversation with you today in regard to virtual reality. That's right. Diane and I dived into the deep end with virtual reality and bought an Oculus Meta Quest 2. I'm a tech geek. I've wanted one forever and a day. And I finally convinced Diane that we needed to get this. But we had the first opportunity to actually test it out when we visited our kids in California, and we got to use theirs. And I loved it. Diane, did you love it?
Yes, I did. I was sold.
We were sold. So buckle up, come put your feet up, relax, and grab a cup of tea or coffee or whatever floats your boat. And let's talk about virtual reality over 50. So, what's your first impression with virtual reality?
It was bizarre, I guess would be the word. It's something to get used to, and it's the technology is kind of amazing and weird at the same time. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a blast. I mean, it took a little bit of getting used to.
Hmm.
We've got some embarrassing video we're going to show here in a few minutes.
Yeah,
But
great.
yeah, it took a little bit of getting used to. Took a little, especially the because I have my knees replaced and my hip replaced. My sensors, where I normally see a flat surface, which helps me to keep my balance and
Right.
kind of judge, where I'm at. That I had to kind of really get used to it from that perspective. But
Hmm.
yeah, once I got really involved in it, I'm hooked, man. In fact, we're gonna go broke. I'm gonna warn you now.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
So,
well, the thing is you signed up for their notifications, so they notify you every time they have a sale on anything,
well,
and they list a whole bunch of the games, and you're like, oh wait, that's one we were wanting. Oh look, it's on sale, and
when they see one that you've looked at, and you say, "Oh, we looked at this, so we think you need this, 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 and this, and this." But listen, I think
yes,
before we kind of really get involved, I want everybody to know exactly what we're talking about. I'm sure you're familiar with virtual reality and 3D. It's a lot. There are a lot of films being shot in virtual reality. Games are
hmm
being played in virtual reality. We've seen it in 3D. In the beginning, we used to go to the movies, put on the funky glasses, and kind of see
yeah,
it
I
in
hate
3D.
those.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't. I no, don't
But
like those movies.
even when they got better than the paper ones, because we're old enough to know
Yeah,
the little paper ones that you put on.
yeah,
Then they evolved into the plastic ones, which are made a little bit better.
a little bit.
Um, but nothing is like
No,
this.
this is next level
It's a
for
whole new
sure.
level. So that everybody kind of gets an idea of what we're talking about. We bought an Oculus Meta Quest 2. I was Oculus itself was purchased by Meta, which Facebook used to be Facebook, and they kind of changed it into the Metaverse, basically. And they've made some improvements in some of the things. I guess from what we're listening to or I'm listening to, some people aren't happy with. But it's got fast switch LCD display, 1832 by 1920 resolution per eye, 60, 72, and 90 hertz refresh rate supported. So basically, when you're in a game or you're in a virtual reality environment, you can literally feel that you're actually there. I mean, it puts you in this environment. We'll talk about it here in a few minutes, but we were playing putt putt golf, and I was literally playing on the space station and looking over the edge, thinking I was going to fall off. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It is glasses compatible, so if you wear glasses, you can put your glasses on still, and it's got a little thing you can put in there to help give you some, so it's not like crushing them against your face. It's got 6 degrees of freedom, what they call, with 60 DOF. The headset tracks the movement of both your head and body and then translates them into virtual reality with realistic precision, which it really does. I played golf with it, not just putt-putt golf, but regular golf and several other things. But yeah, it puts you like you're really there. There's no external sensors required. You have two controllers, one for the left, one for the right. They're redesigned touch controllers. They're very easy to operate, even with my hands, which have rheumatoid arthritis. I have a little bit of adaptation that I have to do with them, but for the most part, I can use them. MetaQuest 2 touch controllers have been upgraded with improved ergonomics, which is again helping people with me with my kind of hands. The new thumb rest as stability when needed, and it also moves very quickly. You can touch and kind of move them with very light movement. It's 120 gigabyte and 256 gigabyte. And with that in mind, that's kind of a description of what's going on with the Oculus and what we're talking about and the unit itself. So when we first put it on, the headset on when we were with the kids, obviously it felt kind of weird. It was a little heavy. It was kind of bizarre to get used to. Um, if you have a dizzy problem, you need to have a chair or somebody with you while you're trying
Yeah.
this on, and
Yeah,
so forth.
it can play with your head for sure
Yeah,
before
but
you
it
get
was
used to it.
it was definitely the first game I think we played was Beat Saber, and Beat Saber was a lot of fun, which we're going to show a little
Yeah.
video of both of us
It
playing it actually.
actually, I think the videos of me doing just they have you do like a tutorial to try to get used to how to use the Oculus. And I think the little video that's going to play is when they have this little robot guy that comes on and kind of shows you how to move. And I was moving with the robot.
Our oldest daughter decided to record that for us and
Yeah,
give us a
didn't
little
know she
bit
was
of a
recording either.
yeah. Here's to old people playing this game. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And once we got kind of into it, we're kind of used to it. I think that it was we wanted more. I mean,
Hmm.
while we were there, I think all we pretty much played where we went through the tutorials and then we played the Beat Saber, which basically you use both controllers. You'll see this on mine actually. You'll see on my video, but you use two controllers, and then there's music that comes with it, and you have to use your saber in order to knock these blocks down to the beat of the music, and it's
It's
exercise.
so fun. It is the best. It is the best. But then they also make it so you can't always have everything you want. We'll just say that.
Well, we can be honest. I mean, realistically, you should be prepared. If you buy this, Beat Saber is one of the very few, and they say they do it because of the music rights and for the artist itself. But if you have a family, or well, Diane and I are still family. I mean, our kids are out of the house, but if we have the one Oculus within the same house and we share it, or if we have kids, if we shared it with them, when they play, they can have their own account on the Oculus. But unfortunately, you can share Beat Saber, the program itself, but you can't share the external music. You have to purchase new music every time that somebody from another account on your Oculus within your family has to play, which I think is kind of ridiculous. There's a lot of people complaining about that. So,
But I thought it also was because one person is the account holder. When you have one Oculus, one person's the account holder. The account holder can kind of do what they want and have what they want and buy what they want. an additional account, which is me. So you're the account holder. I have my own account. I can share the game and I can have my own stats being recorded. So when I'm doing Beat Saber, it's my score.
And it's got inherent music within itself that you can
Right.
use.
But
That
I would have to buy a second Oculus in order to have everything I want.
no, just
No.
we'd have to buy the music on your account.
Well, I
So
don't mind doing
we
that because
would
it
buy
supports the musicians.
well we'd buy the music twice for the same household. We'd buy the
Yeah.
music twice and put it on the same Oculus.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry,
That,
but
that kind of sucks. A few other games do the same thing that don't even have music. They just have like additional additional games within the game, and that does the same thing too.
yeah, you
You
have to
have to pay
buy
for
the
stuff
additional games
separately.
separately on the same account on the same Oculus. So if we bought, like we bought Lady Gaga on the main account, we'd have to buy Lady Gaga on your account on the same Oculus and download it twice,
Mm-hmm.
which takes up
Yep.
space, number one. Number two, they don't need a second, in my opinion, they don't need uh, a second fee. If we buy one CD for the house, we buy one CD. We buy one song for the house, we buy one song for the house. And we listen
Yeah.
to it at the same time. So I just, that part kind of irritates me a little bit. But there are games that you can share, and they've got, oh man, I can't believe the stuff that they've got. They've got everything. I can literally, I'm a Doctor Who fan, as you know. Everybody, I don't think anybody in the podcast universe knows I am, but I'm a huge Doctor Who fan.
Mm-hmm.
I can literally take a ride on the TARDIS and go fight worldly aliens with Doctor Who, which is like fantastic. I can also stand on the deck of a starship like Enterprise, but not the Enterprise. That kind of sucks. It's a
It's
different ship
like it.
name, but
Yeah.
it's just like the
It's
Enterprise.
similar.
It is Enterprise adjacent. And Caitlin and Nicole both, but Caitlin really talked us into the fact that I was going to buy when we were at Disneyland, put together that very, very expensive lightsaber. I'm a Star Wars fan. I went there in 1977, given very part of my age. 1977, I stood in line like everybody else. I watched it 3 or 4 times, like most people did back then, and I've watched it ever since, and I've been a fan ever since. So I thought I get to go to Disneyland. I get to make a lightsaber, hold it in my
You
hand.
say you saved your birthday money and Christmas money
I
and
did.
all kinds of money you were saving for this.
Yep. But Caitlin said,
And
it's just going to sit on your. I have a thing over here with other swords, and it would just sit there with the rest of the swords from Excalibur on forward to the 23rd century. Um, so yeah, it would have been cool. But she said you can do this with a game they called Vader Immortal, and
mhm,
with that, I can actually fight with a lightsaber in my hand. So
mhm.
made a world of difference. It's kind of sold me on, yeah, I'm going to put my money towards this instead.
Yeah,
So it's kind of funny.
which was I was happy about. But
Well, and this is something that we can use as a family. And,
hmm
one of the other benefits I think of this, and I really enjoyed, was the fact that we can play putt-putt golf with our kids. We can play other games with our kids. We can play bowling.
yeah, you need to explain that. They're in
Oh,
California,
they're in California. Yeah.
and we can play a game. We can bowl with them. We can putt putt golf with them in our own households. We're
I
in
got,
Arizona, they're in California, and we're playing a game together.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
nuts.
I could play a round of golf. If my kids played golf, I could play a round of golf with my kids on the golf program. The actual, and was supported and built by the PGA, and
Hmm.
it's got courses on there, and when you hit the ball, it's just like hitting it. When you take the
Yeah,
the
it's
club too low, takes a chunk of grass out, and you can feel it.
the sound effects are so real.
The way the ball reacts when you hit it, you
Yeah.
can slice it, you can knock it into the lake, you can. I mean, it's amazing, just amazing. And the nice part about this is because of my disability, I can bowl. Because of my disability, because even the bowling, The bowling's like being
Yeah.
in a bowling alley. We were having a blast
You
with that
you did better than I did. I need to practice on that. I hadn't been bowling in, well, you hadn't either. We neither one of us had bowled in years,
in
but
years.
boy, yeah, I need
And
practice on that one. It
and
was
when
fun though.
oh, it was a blast. And with my hands the way they are, there is no way I'd
Mhm.
ever pick up a bowling ball
No,
again.
no,
But when you bowl with this, it's literally like being on the alley because
it
you
was
can,
crazy.
you can gutter ball it if you twist it the wrong way. I literally, I literally hit myself in the face with a ball.
Yeah, that was
uh,
pretty funny.
so yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty
Yeah,
cool. So
and I found out that um I have a wrist thing that it shoots to the left, and even when I tried standing farther to the right, it still wasn't great. But I, for some reason, this is how I figured out I have this wrist thing with bowling.
which
So,
yeah, which would have done it if you go back to regular bowling, you probably would have done it on there too.
well, yeah, and it's been so many years, I can't remember. I just remember the bowling balls themselves, even the lightest bowling ball, was always too heavy. I could not get it to go down the lane. It would just go, you know, what, like half a mile an hour, like
Yeah, and
it
this
just kind of roll. And it's like, is it ever going to meet the pins? So that's why, I'm not a great bowler.
and this
But
bowling game.
I think practicing with this, I will be, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And with this game, you can play retro bowl lane, like a retro lane from the 50s. It even
Hmm.
has the old 50s music playing in the
And they got
background
music,
and
yeah.
the wooden, the old wooden ball return and things like that. And then you can go all the way. I mean, there's any number of them that you can play.
Yeah, it's,
We played the first time with Caitlin. We played like on the beach. It was
hmm
bowling alley next to the beach. Couldn't think of bowling alley. I
hmm
got so excited. It was a bowling alley next to the beach, which was kind of cool because we could hear the
hmm
and you
And
can see.
you hear the sounds of the beach and music and people, and there's other people in there too. So they have like background talking going on, and they even have a commentator
They got a
that
bowling
sort of
league.
mean actually. He's not nice when
They've
you
got a
mess up.
bowling.
Yeah, so
They
you
got a
can shut
bowling.
him off.
Yeah, they got a bowling league. You can
Yeah.
literally have a competition with people across the United States
Hmm.
that can come in and bowl against you, or you bowl against them. You can
Well,
challenge
and
somebody.
that's something to mention. Oculus itself, if you have like Facebook friends who also have Oculus, it will show you who also has Oculus who's already a Facebook friend, and you can challenge them to games.
Challenge them to games. It's pretty
You can
cool.
play with people maybe you haven't seen since high school or whatever, and there they are.
Well, this would have been nice during COVID. I know
Yes.
Meta just bought this, and Quest 2 just came out recently. But this would
Hmm.
have been fantastic for during COVID because there were so many people that were at home. You could have
Hmm.
expanded. And again, there are just an enormous amount of games in there.
It.
I'm not impressed with the fact they've got like so many shoot 'em up, kill 'em up games. I'm just
Right.
not into that. Probably because of my profession and dealing with that kind of thing basically in real life. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
So, um,
Don't need any more of that.
but you can take a bike trip in Europe. You can take a walking trip all across the country. You can visit Africa. Um, you get to play with the elephants a little bit. They walk right up to
Yeah,
you.
that's cool.
A Jurassic World. You can,
Hmm.
you're. I mean, these uh, dinosaurs come right down and look at you. It's like you're looking in the eye of a dinosaur.
Hmm.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it
crazy.
is.
Um, let's show everybody a little bit of what kind of fun we had. You ready?
God, yeah.
So this is Diane getting into playing with the robot that's on the screen on the Oculus because they give you this little robot that talks you through
Can't really,
everything.
yeah, I can't really see it from the angle, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You put the one
Okay, we
controller
can
in each
stop
hand.
playing this now. Play yours.
I'm going to play mine in a second here. So,
Jeez.
yeah, you kind of go through this little training thing where they tell you how to pick things up and how to throw things
And
and throw an
and I highly
airplane. And
recommend you do that because I mean even having the tutorial was still hard to get used to. how to
Yeah.
hold things, how to move things, um,
Well, even how to stand.
even how to stay. I mean, because it is, it kind of messes with your head. Like I said, it can make you dizzy the
Well, I
first
remember when
time.
we got this one. I downloaded this thing for the International Space Station,
Yeah.
and literally, it puts you right in the International Space Station, and these guys fly right by you. They're talking to you. They're having a conversation with you, telling you about the space station, and you
Hmm.
can look down, you can walk around, but it is very um, I don't know the best word to explain it. Um, you feel like you're going to walk off the edge
Yeah.
when you know you're not going to, but your brain is telling you when you look over the edge of the International Space Station on one of the platforms and look down and you see
Hmm.
the whole space station all the way down. You're kind of going, if I take another
Hmm.
step, I'm going to fall.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
how I was feeling during the mini golf too, because depending on the course you pick, you're over water. On one of the ones we did, you're over water, and I am my biggest fear. Like even
Yeah,
thinking about it just makes me crazy. Open water where you don't see any land anywhere. I can't see. I can't even talk about it.
it was pretty
And
wild.
these some of these games have that, and you look around, and all you see is open water. And it took a minute.
Yeah, takes a second. And they've got ones that you can meditate.
Yeah,
They've got some
we need
stuff
to get
that
that still.
you can mountain climb, and they've got other exercise things that you can literally have a personal trainer right in front of you to do these exercises and exercise routines and
Hmm.
walking. You can hike. There are things some of these programs that you can get. Again, we're going to go broke. That you can get that you can literally go hiking,
Hmm.
and they do it in such a way that you kind of can walk in place, but you can move your stick forward, and you're walking through Paris. You're
Hmm.
walking through the woods. You're walking up a mountain. It's just pretty damn cool. So,
Hmm.
well, now here's my moment of embarrassment.
Yeah,
Here
here you
I
go.
am
You got
learning how to do
lightsabers.
Beat
That's
Saber.
that's the Beat Saber game.
So
It's
here you
so
see
fun.
an old guy trying to keep his balance and
Woo, good
duck.
job.
I mean, these
Oh
things are
my
coming at you. It's
god.
like you don't know what to do.
Oh no, I
It's pretty crazy.
that was
But you
good.
knock these things out of the
Caitlin
sky,
was
and
Caitlin was really enjoying this.
yeah, Kanan was having a blast. I mean,
Yeah,
so
she
did
was.
I
I
really
think she
because
had more fun watching us play
yeah, that's just a short clip,
than.
so it stopped. But yeah, it really it gives you an opportunity, especially if you are homebound, if you are older. It gives you an opportunity to get some exercise. It gives you an opportunity to kind of take a trip, interact, get out a little
Mhm.
bit, so to speak.
Well, and
Gives you the
again, you
feeling of
can,
it.
if you have other family members that have it, no matter where they
You will.
live, you can interact with your family members. You hear each other in the headset. You're actually having a conversation with each other states away, which could really help somebody who
Yeah.
maybe, like you said, are homebound and they don't have a lot of people around them. You don't want them to. It's better for their mental health not to get too lonely or and I think it, like you said, I think it really would have helped during COVID. I
Well,
think that would have been
and
great for people.
I need to say this out loud. Please don't do it by yourself. So if you're especially if you're older, you need to have somebody there with you. You need to make sure that you have enough support around you so that you don't fall and that you don't
Well,
move forward.
yes.
Because
You
you
can do
can't
it in a
get
chair too.
yes, you can do it in a chair. There's a lot
Yeah.
of these things that you can sit in a chair, make your
Hmm.
boundary, and work from that boundary. And in fact, I played golf that way um, one time because I was having issues. So yes, please don't try it by yourself. Until you're more comfortable with what you're doing and how you're doing it, please do it with somebody. So I'm by all no means am I telling anybody to go out and just jump right in. So you kind of need to
It
get
takes some getting
it
used
takes some
to, for
getting used
sure.
to. And please have somebody with you. But it gives an opportunity for somebody with a disability. They do have some things that with voice control and some other things that people with a disability, like myself, it gives you the opportunity to get some exercise and to have some fun,
Hmm.
which is really kind of cool. Kind of cool,
Yep,
kind of cool.
it
So,
is.
um, overall, what's your impression about Oculus Meta Quest 2, and what's your recommendation?
I love it. I think people should at least give it a try. I don't know if they have. Um, I don't know if they have. They should. If they don't, they should kind of go across the country and have demonstrations of this for people. And that way they can really judge for themselves.
I would
And
think
if
so.
if Meta
Yeah.
takes my idea, you better pay me. You better pay me in games,
They,
music. You better be paying me. So
uh,
there you go. But
they
yes,
they may already have
overall,
that. We just haven't looked.
it's really great overall, and
So
and I think it's worth it. I mean, it's a chunk of money, and of course they keep nickel and diming you to buy the games, but it's a lot of fun.
so thumbs up.
Yep, thumbs up.
100%. I also agree. I am all thumbs up on this as well. I think that if you are looking for a new adventure, you're looking for opportunities to get out of the house without leaving the house. If you want some exercise, if you want to have a personal trainer, if you want to be able to experience some things that you never think you would ever experience before and do it up close and personal without actually taking the risk of being up close and personal,
Mm-hmm.
100%. Um,
And connect
recommend it.
with family and friends.
Family and friends. You can have conversations
Mhm.
with them over the Oculus. In fact, you can even visit. There's a thing on the metaverse that they're building right now that they're performing where you can go both join at the in the metaverse, and you can sit down at a table and
Mhm.
have a conversation across the table from each other, which is like fantastic
Yeah,
opportunity to connect.
that's not done yet. They're working on it, right?
Yeah, they're working on it.
Yeah, that is going to be amazing
It's gonna be
to be able
amazing.
to do that. Yeah.
So, thank you everybody for joining us this Sunday. We got to run. We got some other things to do for the weekend. So I hope that you all have a great weekend, and looking forward to the regular episode coming up this Wednesday. It's going to be a fantastic conversation with you very unique lady. So please look for that. And I really appreciate you, each and every one of you, for being here.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of One More Thing Before You Go, a unique conversation about life. If you like our show and want to know more, check out our website at beforeyougopodcast.com. That's beforeyougopodcast.com. Tell your story, share your expertise, contribute to the blog, and subscribe to the newsletter. You can find us as well as subscribe to the program and rate us on your favorite podcast listening platform.
And one more thing before you go. Have a nice day, have a nice week, and thanks for listening.
One More Thing Before You Go, a unique conversation about life podcast, is a creation of One More Thing Productions, established 2010, all rights reserved.